Hola Seekers, this is Kim and bienvenidos to a Pick a Card. So in this reading, we will look into the next 3 months. Now, please do keep in mind that this is a timeless reading, meaning at whatever moment in time you decide to watch this video, the messages can still apply to you. So in other words, this reading will look into the next 3 months from whenever you are watching this video or re-watching this video. So for this reading, I will be using El Tarot as well as some Oracle cards, and I will be pulling out messages from our note jar for you guys at the end of each reading. Okay, so we have 4 groups to choose from. For group 1, we have this green calcite with the badger. For group 2, we have this green jade crystal. I'm afraid to pick them up because I might move the cards, but okay, here goes. We have the green jade with the fox over here. For group 3, we have the Bloodstone with the wolf. And for group 4, we have the green aventurine with the raven. Okay, so as always, take as much time as necessary to pick your group, pause the video if you need to, and whatever crystal or crystal animal combo calls out to you, then that will be your group. And the timestamp for each group is provided in the comment section down below. Okay, so now that you've chosen your group, let's jump into your reading. Let's go! Hola Seekers who chose the green calcite, bienvenidos to your reading. Please do remember that this is a timeless reading, meaning at whatever moment in time you decide to watch this video, the messages can still apply to you. So in other words, this reading will look into the next 3 months from whenever you are watching this video. Did I word that correctly? But yeah, I hope that makes sense. Okay, so now let's get into your reading. So I like to begin each reading with an intuitive message. Now, some of these messages can be very specific. I just share with you whatever came through, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. So first of all, I felt a lot of tingling sensation at the crown of my head, and I'm relating this to the crown chakra. So for some of you, I'm seeing possible crown chakra activations during these next 3 months. But this can also be signifying clarity. So if I do see things becoming clearer for you throughout these next 3 months, or you finding the answers that you have been seeking. I also received the message in time. So this might be Spirit's way of letting you know in time you will understand the situation better, or in time you will see things clearer. I also got this sweeping energy, like literally sweeping with the broom, and that for me denotes cleansing and cleaning or detoxing. So for some of you, you might be literally cleaning your space, your home, getting rid of things, objects that no longer fulfill you or just are taking space. Decluttering is the word that I was looking for. This actually helps a lot for energy to move, because sometimes energy can become stagnant in physical places when there's too many objects or objects haven't been moved or used for a long time. This in itself will help you feel more at ease in your own space. Clearing our physical space, or the space that we usually spend more time in, also helps us clear our minds in a way, helps bring clarity. It just feels like there's more room to breathe, there's more room to think clear. For others, this might actually be denoting an energetical cleanup. So maybe receiving some energy healing, or maybe cutting away or getting rid of habits or routines that no longer serve us. This might also be ways of thinking. This might also be cleaning up in regards to your relationship, maybe deciding to cut away with relationships that weren't very authentic, weren't very fulfilling. And remember, relationships can be like your relationship towards something as well. Maybe your relationship towards work, your relationship towards school, but these can also be representing a relationship with another person. Overall, it just feels like making room, making space. And in that, allowing for clarity to come through, and also allowing for new to come in. things, situations, relationships, people that are more in alignment with who you are at the current moment. Okay, but now I'm going to move into the cards. So these cards here, I wanted to see what energy you guys will be embodying after these next 3 months. So these cards will let us know about that. So we have the Badger, and to clarify, we have Inner Vision in reverse. So the Badger actually reminds me a lot about Inner Vision, because I'm not so sure, but I believe the Badgers don't really use their sight, their physical sight, like they don't use their eyes to move around or get around. They use their other senses, and that reminds me a lot of like using your intuition to guide you. And so we were talking about clarity in the beginning, and we do have the Inner Vision, which of course reminds me of clarity. It reminds me of the third eye, having a third eye activation. And then with this north symbol here, it also reminds me of the crown chakra, having a fully open and activated crown chakra which allows you to receive information from your higher self or from higher beings. But again, we have this one in reverse. So I actually see you guys developing your psychic insights throughout these next 3 months and becoming more aware of your intuitive insight. The word breakthrough keeps coming through, but I don't necessarily feel that, because I still feel there's still a bit of working to do by the end of these 3 months in terms to your intuition, in terms to activating that third eye or having that crown chakra fully open. I feel like you guys will start working on it in these next 3 months, but there might still be a bit of work to do after the 3 months have ended. So this feels like a work in progress still, but it's not to discourage you guys, because you guys are progressing. There is work being done here. Because if currently you feel like you're lacking clarity, by the end of these next 3 months, you're going to feel a little bit more clear in regards to where you are in your journey, maybe in regards to a certain situation. It feels like you guys are closer to receiving the answers that you seek, or closer to seeing what you want to see. I'm getting this feeling of I keep going like this, like wanting to grasp something. And I believe this is the manifestation card. Yeah, manifestation. So it might be the case that you guys are trying to manifest something, or you've been trying to seek confirmation or validation from the universe that your manifestation is on its way, or it feels like you guys want confirmation that this, whatever it is that you're calling in, or whatever it is that you're seeking, you want to know if it is of you or if it is for you. It's like you want confirmation from the universe that this is meant for you. And I feel like this doubt is what is bringing this sense of feeling like you're in the unknown, like feeling like you don't have all the answers. It might even feel like you are running towards something blindly. Like you don't even know if you are running towards something, if there is something waiting for you at the end of the tunnel. But having this energy here, Spirit is letting you know, like, yes, you are on the right track. Yes, there is something waiting for you at the end of the tunnel, and things will become clearer as you progress in your journey. Just keep following that intuitive nudge. If you are being called to this, it's for a reason. It's because there is something for you at the end of all of this. And it's not only like at the end of the tunnel, it's like there's beautiful things unfolding for you throughout the journey. And all of these wands here is kind of reminding me of the Eight of Wands, and that's a very quick and fast moving energy. I also feel the Eight of Wands also represents important information or communication finally coming in, or blessings coming in. But again, we still have this energy in reverse. So I feel like this is more of an unfoldment. And by the end of these next 3 months, you are going to feel a little bit more relaxed in terms to this situation. You are going to start seeing the signs, start seeing that confirmation and validation that you've been seeking from the universe. Start feeling a little bit more sure about your journey, maybe about a life purpose. But again, things are going to become clear. I'm going to read the back of this card. Of all the fauna, Badger is one of the most misunderstood creatures. While believed to be fiercely protective of his abode, Badger is actually a very docile, curious animal. Frequently found with his nose to the ground, Badger is adept at thriving in many environments. With focused intent, he encourages us to dig in and do our work. He teaches us about showing up and conscious participation. Badger is a tenacious tutor, a purveyor of manifestation, and a master of making life happen. Okay, so I feel like this lack of clarity is not a lack of clarity. It's because you guys are creating your path as you go. Because this message here is standing out a lot to me. A master of making life happen. It's like I'm literally imagining a tunnel, and every step you take, you're digging further. You're creating that tunnel. You're making your way through. So I feel like you guys are also coming more into the realization of your own power and of the power of following your heart, following your intuition, and following that inner compass. Because it almost feels like the universe doesn't want to give much away, because there's many surprises that are in store for you. And these surprises will be revealed throughout the journey. And so if universe gave you all the information now, it would be such a waste in a way, because like maybe if we gave you the information now, you wouldn't want to do the work, or it wouldn't be so gratifying. Because all you're doing right now is leading you exactly where you want to be. And even though you might not know exactly what you want, I feel like throughout the journey, you're going to start having this knowing of what it is that you guys are seeking, what it is that you guys truly want for yourself, or what truly resonates with you. I just keep getting it's all part of the journey. So the journey itself is very important. Okay, but now I'm going to move into the other cards because I just rambled a lot in regards to this. So these cards here will let us know about the first month. Okay, so to give us the overall energy, we have 10 of Arrows Instruction, which is the 10 of Swords in the Rider-Waite's Tarot. And to clarify, we have the 10 of Cups, number 7, the Bouquet. So very interesting. We have two 10s, and they're like polar opposites. So the 10 of Arrows often, I just got the word frustration for some reason. So some of you might be feeling quite frustrated. This energy might trickle into the first month. But the 10 of Arrows does represent an energy of feeling burnt out. Also, I associate it with overthinking because Arrows is associated with air energy, and that has to do with thoughts, communication with the mental realm. And since we have 10 arrows, it just seems like there's a lot on your mind, and these thoughts are weighing heavy on you. They are also possibly taking a lot of energy from you, making you feel depleted, like I said, making you feel burnt out. And I love it that we have the 10 of Cups to clarify this 10 of Swords, because it feels like this might be at the beginning of the month, still overthinking, still feeling fatigued, maybe even feeling like there's no way out. Maybe your mind is making you believe that there's no solution to the situation, that you don't have any clarity, that you will never be able to have this clarity that you seek, that you will always feel like you're hitting a dead end. But then we do have the 10 of Cups here, and the 10 of Cups is about emotional fulfillment. It's about getting your wish fulfillments and more. So this is about whatever expectations you had, the universe is exceeding those expectations, because the 10 of Cups also feels like a blessing from the universe. It also feels like feeling abundant in terms to more than one area of your life. So emotional abundance, material abundance. I'm even seeing it as like mental abundance. So if some of you have been struggling with mental well-being, I do see things shifting and changing for you guys in the first month. So I feel like by the ends of the month, things are going to shift for you, because I'm noticing the wheel here, the wheel of arrows. So it's like the wheel is turning, and by the end of the month, we are entering into this more 10 of Cups energy in which you feel a greater sense of joy, in which you start feeling more of this energy of happiness, this energy of fulfillment. I'm also feeling at peace with where you are in your journey. Also this sense of inner peace. So whatever these thoughts were that were consuming you, consuming your time and your energy, are slowly dissipating. They're becoming less prevalent, less loud. And it's like, instead of being so focused on your mind and your thoughts, you guys are going to start connecting more to your heart space, connecting more with your feelings and your emotions. And I also feel like this balance between your mind and your emotions. So I feel like by the end of the month, you're going to be able to identify what are your actual feelings and what are your thoughts. Because sometimes we can think something, but we're not really feeling anxious or nervous, but the thoughts trigger the anxiety, and then we feel anxious, then we feel fearful, then we feel nervous, but it has nothing to do with our external reality. It was just a response from the thoughts that came up in our mind. And sometimes it can be the opposite. Sometimes we might feel a certain emotion, a certain feeling, but we can't identify it right from the get-go. So maybe we are feeling excited, but instead of identifying it as excitement, our mind quickly identifies it or labels it as fear and anxiety. And so when our mind identifies it as such, then we start thinking, oh, then there is a reason to be fearful. Then something bad is going to happen. There is a reason to be anxious. And we tend to sink more into that energy. So I feel like there is a more of a discernment and a clear line of separating these two, like saying this is just a feeling and this is just a thought, and not trying to put a label on it without really considering where this feeling or where this thought is coming from, and whether it's truly validating our current situation or what we're truly feeling at the moment. Because with the 10 of Cups, since it's such an overflowing energy, this might also be denoting that maybe your emotions tend to overflow, that you get carried away or swept away. That was the intuitive message, swept by your emotions, if not by your thoughts. And so I'm definitely seeing a balance being found in the first month, which I feel will be very helpful to your mental well-being, your emotional well-being, and just again finding that clarity that you were seeking or that we were talking about at the beginning. So with the 10, I'm definitely seeing endings. So an ending of a way of being, a way of feeling that wasn't very productive, wasn't very efficient. With instruction here, I'm also seeing guidance, and I usually see this person here as a spirit guide, or possibly even an ancestor. But if it's not a spirit or an ancestor, this might actually be a literal person in your life who comes in and gives you assistance in this first month. And since we're talking about mental well-being, mental health, this might be like a therapist or a specialist. This might be a loved one coming through to help you reach this balanced state. And I actually see you guys taking the advice or the advice actually being very helpful to you. Because with this bouquet, it reminds me of an offer. It feels like a beautiful and pure offer, something that helps lighten the energy. It's reminding me of a sun entering through a window. So when things get dark, this offer, this assistance will help bring in the light in a way, will help you kind of pull you out of that darkness or dark phase. And remember, it's okay to ask for assistance. It's okay to need help. That's why we're here, to help one another. But this might also be representing, if not a physical person, a spirit guide coming through in the first month and letting you know, like, hey, we're here. Maybe giving you some signs, synchronicities, because we have this man kind of holding this boy's arm. You might even feel like them around energetically. If it's okay with you to experience that, like actually feeling spirit, feeling them through physical touch, maybe feeling an embrace, maybe feeling somebody holding your hand, but it's comforting. I don't see it as scary. It's just to bring you comfort and let you know that you're not alone and that they're here to support you and they will not let any harm come to you. Okay? And I want to read this. Bouquet of flowers, an absolute indication of long and happy life. So if there's ever a time in this first month where things feel heavy, feel dark, please know that there's so much beauty waiting out there for you, and that there will be better days, and that this is a phase and it will pass. I assure you it will pass, okay? Because the number 7 also reminds me of luck and abundance, and I keep visualizing sunlight. So you will see that silver lining. The wheel is turning. The situation is changing. Okay, but now I'm going to move into the second month. So we have the moon on water, number 18. This is the moon in the Rider-Waite Tarot. Yep. And to clarify, we have number 45, the order. I believe this is the Knight of Wands. I'm not really sure, but I think it's the Knight of Wands. Okay. So we were talking about clarity. We were talking about fears, possibly being in the dark, overthinking. The moon talks about subconscious fears. It talks about the truth being hidden. It even talks about like phobias or traumas. And because it's moon, it's connected with the element of water. And I personally associate water with feelings and emotions. And we were talking about getting carried away by our emotions. We know that the moon pushes and pulls at the tides, right? See how we have this card in reverse? We were talking about the wheel turning. The card actually turned for you guys. The energy actually turned for you guys. So I'm seeing you guys having a little bit more control. Maybe control is not the right word, but being more mindful of your emotions, not letting your emotions rule you, not letting your emotions push and pull at your way of thinking, at your way of showing up. So instead of you guys being the tide, being pushed and pulled by the moon's temper, you guys are becoming the moon now. You guys are choosing how your emotions flow, which is such a beautiful transformation and shift. We were also talking about when the moon is upright, it represents illusions or hidden truths. It being in reverse, I'm seeing clarity coming in for you. What felt daunting before, it's now having less power over you guys. Because like we were mentioning before, maybe there were some thoughts that felt very real, but were not true in a way. They were just thoughts, but because we believed in them, we gave them power. With the moon being in reverse, we identify these thoughts for what they are. They are fears, right? This is about identifying fear as fear. And knowing like, okay, it's okay to have some fears, we're human, and sometimes those fears can protect us, but sometimes those fears can also hold us back. And it's identifying also what is what. Like what are actual true fears and what are just like nonsense. So, if you're walking by the edge of a cliff, like there's a genuine fear of like falling off that cliff, right? That's a valid fear. But if you're in your room and you have a fear of a piano falling over your head out of nowhere, we know that that's more of a elusive fear, right? So it's kind of identifying which is which. I also feel like the moon in reverse is also denoting just in general a feeling of clarity. So again, if there was something that was confusing you before that you felt you didn't have enough information about, I see you getting more information in regards to this on the second month. Because the moon being in reverse is also telling me that truths are being revealed. Things that were hidden are finally coming to the surface. And we do have this Knight of Wands in reverse. So these truths might be in regards to someone else in your life. So the Knight of Wands tends to be someone who is very passionate, can be a bit flighty at times. Usually the Knight of Wands denotes someone who is from like a foreigner or someone who loves to travel, someone who get gets easily kind of bored. They're always wanting stimulation, looking for stimulation, wanting to explore, wanting to learn new things, wanting to see more. There's a lot of like want, and desire. So if you were looking for clarity in regards to a certain Knight of Wands in your life, then I feel like it will be revealed to you in the second month. This might be in regards to their intentions. This might be in regards to where this relationship is progressing, where it's heading, how it's unfolding, what prospects this relationship has. All of that will be revealed to you in the second month. With the order being here, the order denotes honor and recognition of labor. I don't know, I just thought of this emblem as commitment. So maybe some of you were planning to commit to somebody. If it's not with a person, this can even be representing like a job situation, something that you were planning to invest, either time, money in, energy in. And maybe you were planning to commit to this. This can even be representing like signing a contract in regards to something, entering a community, becoming a member to an association or a club. I feel like more information will be given to you in regards to this in the second month. That might or might not change your outlook on the situation or person. It might change your mind whether you do want to commit to this or not. Because we do have the egg here hidden under the water. An egg kind of reminds me of something precious. It also reminds me of like a gift from the universe. It's sort of a surprise. And we were getting that energy at the beginning. So there might be a little bit doubts in regards to something, whether this will be the right choice to move ahead with this, or whether we should possibly walk away from it. But I feel like in the second month, Spirit will show you whether there is potential in regards to this or whether there isn't. And it will be your choice at the end of the day whether you want to move ahead with this or not. And I also feel like this will allow you to also be a little bit more, practice being more connected with your intuition, because the moon does remind me of like intuitive feelings, intuition. But we do have it in reverse, so I do feel like there's a little bit of blockage there still. And so I feel like this situation in itself will help you feel a little bit more confident in what your intuition was telling you, because possibly you already kind of knew where the situation was going, but you didn't trust that, or you were seeking for more confirmation, and then the universe comes in the second month and delivers this information, and then you realize, oh, hey, it's practically confirming what I had already intuitively felt. So, and I also feel like balancing your mind and your feelings, your emotions also helps little by little for you to realize what is coming from your intuition and what are just like your emotions running amok or your mind getting the best of you. But now I'm going to move into the third month, and we have the Mirror, which is the Hanged Man in the Rider-Waite's Tarot, and to clarify, we have the Two of Cups. Okay, so it's very interesting how this siren here is holding the full moon, and we had the full moon for the previous month. So yeah, where before there might have been a bit of blockage in terms to your intuition, in the third month, I see you guys honing in on your intuition. You're literally this siren who's holding the moon and using it almost like a crystal ball to look into it, to find your answers, to find the clarity that you seek. And see how she's holding this gilded mirror towards her chest, towards her heart, and then she has her eyes closed. Like the badger, she's not seeing with her physical eyes. She's going within to get informed. In the last month, I see you guys connecting more with your heart space, connecting more with your higher self, connecting more with your intuition and with your emotions. So before where you might have been a little bit scared of your emotions, now you are diving deep into them. Now there's like this healthier relationship with your feelings. Maybe some of you are like water signs, so you have like Water very predominant in your birth chart, but I feel like you guys do very well when you connect with those feelings, when you connect with that sensitive part of you. I feel like whatever was revealed to you here really helped you become more confident in the things that come up for you. The moon also reminds me of like the dream space. So it might be that you guys have very vivid dreams, even prophetic dreams, but you really don't pay mind to them. You think them to be nonsense. But I feel like you guys will realize that your dreams are telling you something. Your dreams also give you insight, give you information that is needed in your everyday waking life. And so I feel like in the second month you will start realizing that, and by the third month you will pay more mind to your dreams, pay more mind to the messages that come through for you, be it intuitively, be it through, like I said, dreams, be it through daydreams. I'm even getting like claircognizance, just knowing something. And instead of like dismissing all this information or these messages, you are now considering them. You are now looking into them and seeing how they apply in your life and seeing what they're trying to tell you. Because this heron here is like reminding me of a messenger. He even has a little pouch around his neck. So I do feel like Spirit will be connecting with you more by the third month. And then we do have the Two of Cups here, which represents partnerships. It often represents soul connections. And then we do have the Gentleman here. So for some of you, this clarity that you were seeking might have been in regards to a relationship. It can be romantic. It doesn't have to be. It can be a platonic relationship as well, or like a business relationship. And again, because we have the Gentleman here, it feels like the Gentleman is waiting for an answer. So maybe you were deciding on whether to commit to this relationship. And I feel like that's something that you guys will still be kind of deciding on in the third month, because the Hangman does represent an energy of halt, like a pause. And it usually comes out when you need more information, when universe is asking you to look within before making any big moves or important moves. And so this might be you looking into your heart to see how you truly feel about this person, to see how you truly feel about this relationship dynamic. This might be you looking within to see whether this is something that you truly want to commit to. If it's not a romantic relationship, if it's not a platonic relationship, if it's more like a business partnership, whether this will truly fulfill you emotionally, whether you are running away from this because of fear or past traumas. This is about being honest with yourself. Notice how we have 2 here, which reminds me of reflection, and we do have the Mirror card here. So this might be someone who mirrors you in a way, who mirrors your soul. For some of you, if you don't have a person in mind, or if there isn't a person in your life as of yet who you're questioning whether to commit to or not, because we did have the energy of manifestation, this might be you calling in like a divine counterpart or a soulmate by the third month. And I feel like this is something that you had to work through, because there's a lot of energy of confusion and fear and doubts in the first 2 months, and these might have been confusion and doubts of whether you were deserving of this divine love, or whether there was somebody out there for you, or maybe you have someone in mind but you haven't really connected with them. Like you haven't connected with them in the physical. Maybe you don't have any type of relationship with this person, but you do feel like there is a soul connection there, or like an energetical connection. You guys feel there's something there, but you also doubt whether there is anything there. I feel like there's this constant back and forth of, is this real or am I making it up? Sort of like, do I have a connection with this person, or do I think I have a connection with this person because I want to have a connection with this person? And so I feel like that's something that you guys will be working through in the first 2 months. And again, because in the second month, I see you guys getting more validation and confirmation from the universe, getting more clarity. You will start feeling more confident about this connection. You will start feeling more confident about your intuitive feeling, about maybe what you have been picking up on dreams, maybe what you have been psychically picking up on, because this might even be representing a psychic link with this person. So feeling what this person is feeling, even maybe receiving telepathic messages from this person, meeting this person in the dream space, or maybe even having prophetic dreams in regards to this person and their personal life. And so I feel like by the third month, you guys will realize that you haven't been making any of this up, that you do have a connection to a certain someone, and that will help you feel more confident in this connection and in your connection to that person, and will help you feel more confident in calling in this person or calling in this relationship, seeking more clarity in regards to this, but seeking it within yourself, because you realize now that, hey, all this previous information you've been receiving, it came to you. Like, you didn't necessarily have to go to another person to receive all this information. It came to you directly. And with this mirroring energy, it's letting you know, so the best way to connect with this person, with this energy, with this soul, is to see within you, because you are the reflection. But overall, it feels like gaining the clarity, feeling more confident in your intuition, trusting your intuition more, and also honing in on your emotions. Sorry, you guys, I forgot to pull out a written message from the note jar for you guys. I got carried away and too excited, and I just put all the cards away. But let's see what messages Spirit has for you. Okay, so I'm going to take this one. Oh, we have you can start anew. And actually, I want to pull out all of these. We have what labels me negates me, a quote by this person over here. And then we have it is you, always you. And we have be playful. And lastly, we have perfect. Close both eyes to see with the other eye, a quote by Rumi. Okay, so these are the messages for you. Do not worry so much if not all of these messages resonate. Take what does and leave the rest. So, oh, yes, and I wanted to mention really quickly, I did see that the number 10 was repeated quite a bit for your reading, so especially for the first month. And I do want to take note of that, so maybe the 10th day of the first month might be very significant for you guys, or you might be seeing 10, 10, 10 a lot the first month or in the next 3 months, and that might be a sign from Spirit that things are changing, that you are on the right path, that a cycle is finally ending, or the number 10 might have a special significance for you, and you might take that as confirmation. Okay? But now that is all I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it brought some guidance and some clarity. If it did, then please leave a like or a comment. And if you want to stick around for more readings with me, Kim, then please do subscribe. I do offer personal readings. All the information is in my website, and the link to my website can be found in the description box below. Okay? Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for your support. And yeah, until next moment, bye-bye. Hola seekers who chose the green jade, welcome to your reading. So we will be looking into the next 3 months, and do keep in mind that this is a timeless reading, meaning at whatever moment in time you decide to watch this video, the messages can still apply to you. So in other words, we will be looking into the next 3 months from whenever you are watching this video. Okay? Now let's get into your reading. So I like to begin the readings with an intuitive message, and please do keep in mind that some of these messages can be very specific. I'm just delivering any messages that Spirit is sending my way, so if they do not resonate with you, that is okay. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't, okay? So the first message I did receive quite strongly over and over again was, we are here. Spirit wants to let you know that they are here with you, they are working with you, and I actually feel a lot of energy, so I feel like You guys have a lot of spirits working with you, and it feels like a mix of higher beings, like guides and loved ones, so people who you might have known in this lifetime who have passed away. The energy felt very chatty, so definitely you have a huge team working with you. They are working with you. So if you are working on a project, be it a creative project, be a business project, even like a personal project, maybe in terms to personal growth, they are working with you on this. They are planning with you. They are making things happen with you. And I also received the message, you're ready and when you're ready. So also Spirit wants to let you know that you are ready for this, whatever it may be. Maybe you are contemplating on whether to put your work out there, whether to start this new business venture, whether you are ready for a new adventure, whatever it may be. Spirit wants to let you know that you are ready now. But they are not forcing you, they are not pushing you. So whenever you are ready to step forward, then Spirit will be there right by your side. So if it's the case that you guys feel like you're not enough right now, or that you're not prepared right now, or the you that is now is just not enough for whatever it is that you want to step into or work for or accomplish, Spirit is telling you, you are enough. You are enough. The only thing that is holding you back is the mentality that you believe that you are not enough. So whenever you're ready to step forward, then that's when the ball will start rolling. You can start today if you so desire to do so, and things will get moving for you. Okay? But now we will move into the cards. So these cards here, I wanted to see what energy you guys would be embodying after these 3 months. So by the end of these next 3 months. And these are the cards that will give us more information on that. So we have, I believe this is the fox, yeah. And to clarify, we have wish in reverse. So as the card said in the back, the fox represents ingenuity. I find the fox to be very creative, very witty, very self-reliant. And I received the word self-indulgent. Now, this might not mean that you guys are self-indulgent now, but I do feel like by the end of these next 3 months, you guys will allow yourself to be more self-indulgent. And I'm not getting this in a negative connotation. I'm simply seeing this as possibly maybe taking more time to nurture yourself, to care for yourself, to treat yourself. Going for the things that you want instead of going for things that other people want for you. Doing what you feel called to do instead of doing what you think you should be doing. I say this because we have the wish card in reverse, and I'm seeing this as your wishes, your desires, your dreams having been put on pause or having been put on hold. So I feel like within these next 3 months, you guys will be working on shifting this around, like turning this card upright. So I feel like this is something that you guys will be working on within the next 3 months. It's you going for your dreams, you acknowledging what your wishes, what your desires, what your wants are, and stating them, not holding back in terms to them anymore. You actively pursuing them. You being accepting of what it is that you want and not feeling any shame or guilt over that. It feels like indulging yourself in your own wishes. But I do feel like this is a work in progress. And we do have the color orange here. And that is reminding me of the sacral chakra. And the sacral chakra is about that creative energy. I see it as also connecting with confidence, with sensuality, with that feminine energy, which is all about creating, but also allowing oneself to receive. So you're allowing yourself to receive now. And it feels like receiving love from you, receiving love from the universe. Allowing the universe to come in and bless you, give you what you desire. Allowing yourself to give you what you desire. I also feel like this is talking about taking better care of your physical body, of your physical vessel. So spending a little more time in nurturing it and maintaining it. I'm getting the word maintenance. Yeah, and not feeling guilty over spending time, money, energy on yourself. Is what I'm getting with this fox. This might also be representing feeling more creative, feeling more inspired. And I feel like it has a lot to do with your dreams, your hidden wishes, feeling inspired to take action in regards to them, feeling inspired to make your dreams come true, feeling inspired to pursue your dreams. And I just got a bit dizzy. I don't know why. But it feels like a huge turn for you guys. But I'm going to read the back of this card. It says, Fox ingenuity. Fox is a clever, witty character, a sly and patient observer, a master of artful precision. He models a swift, confident action. Gilded with ingenuity, Fox embodies dexterity of idea, capacity of intuition, and prowess of spirit. He demonstrates skills of observation, analysis, and deduction in his creative approach to life. Pondering possibilities, he prompts us to move toward action. In the face of opposition, he assures us that we have the capacity. He encourages us to embrace our creativity. Yeah, so I feel like this is pretty much the energy you guys will be embodying by the end of these next 3 months. And the sentences that are really standing out to me is, he assures us that we have the capacity. Because it reminds me a lot of that intuitive message, you are ready. So you guys are capable. You guys are talented. You guys have it in you. You are enough. So don't hold back, okay? You can make whatever you set your mind to happen. You can make your dreams a reality. You guys are the fox, highly creative, highly ingenuitive. I feel like the fox also represents like foxy, like very seductive, very beautiful, very magnetic. You guys have it all. It's time for you guys to start believing more in yourself, because definitely spirit believes in you. And they're ready to work on achieving your goals and your dreams and making all of this a reality. They are on your team for a reason, because they see potential in you guys, okay? So we are going to move into the other cards. So these first cards will let us know about the first month, and this is to give us the overall energy. Yes, so we have the Queen of Bows, which is the Queen of Wands, the Hare, and to clarify, we have the Six of Wands, number 43, Lightning. Okay, you see, I wasn't joking around. The Six of Wands talks about victory, celebration, being celebrated, being praised. It also sometimes talks about popularity, so being acknowledged. And because we do have the Queen of Bows here, the Queen of Bows, like I was saying with the fox, exudes a very sensual energy. She's beautiful, she's confident, she is witty and intelligent. And I also see the Queen of Bows as extremely resourceful and independent as well. So this might even be getting acknowledged for your talents, for your creativity, for your ingenuity, getting acknowledged for your beauty, even for the aura that you emit. Because the Six of Wands is reminding me of praise. Did I say this already? Like being put on a spotlight, but in a positive way. And we do have this lightning here, and that's just reminding me of like getting struck, like awestruck or starstruck. So you guys will be striking a lot of people in a positive way. I'm getting it through your words. I mean, the fox is also very chatty energy. Like they're very witty. They know how to speak. They're very good communicators. At least that's the energy I get from them. And so I feel like there's something about the way you communicate, or possibly your field of work requires communication. Maybe it's like, I don't know, journalism. Maybe you're a vlogger. Maybe you are a tarot reader. Maybe you give out messages. And the way you deliver these messages, the way you phrase things is quite magnetic. Like I'm getting like an enchantress energy. You guys enchant through your words. It might even be through your voice. Like some of you might be singers, and I feel like you guys will be praised for this in this first month. You guys will stand out. Basically, this is an energy of standing out, being in the limelight. I'm also getting a similar energy as I did with this fox. It feels like you guys will be realizing, like feeling more confident in yourself in this first month, feeling more confident in your talents, your creative talents, or just your talents in general. But I also feel like feeling more confident in your physical appearance, feeling comfortable in your own skin, feeling beautiful, feeling sensual, feeling magnetic. You feeling this way is what attracts other people, is what pulls other people in, is what has everybody gravitating towards you, like the attention gravitating towards you, because you're feeling yourself in this first month. And you're not holding back. You're not minimizing yourself in any way. So for some of you in the first month, you might even feel like being in the spotlight. So I'm not saying that you don't put any effort, but you might put even more effort in maybe how you dress, in your outfits, maybe your makeup, maybe your hair, maybe wearing more colors that are more vibrant, that stand out. I'm even getting like an eccentric vibe from this one. Maybe you do have a very specific fashion taste, but it's very eccentric, it's very out there, and you never had the courage to dress this way. But in this first month, I'm seeing you guys throwing caution to the wind and dressing how you feel, dressing how you want to dress, and possibly even using like fashion as a form of self-expression. And I feel like this helps you feel more confident in yourself, because you're allowing yourself to be, and you're getting positive feedback. You're getting compliments. I even see it like maybe you guys are actually creating something. I don't know, I keep getting like beauty. Maybe you are beauty gurus, or maybe you're creating, you make jewelry, or make oils or creams or perfumes, and maybe you start off by wearing them yourself and advertising them that way, and you're getting compliments on that, and that inspires you to maybe start doing more of this, and maybe putting it out there, maybe monetizing it. Start a business venture in regards to this. If it's not fashion, that's just an example. It can be any other type of creative arts. Like I said, I was getting communication, so this can be like blogs, like writing, journalism, storytelling, poetry. This might even be drawings, paintings, ceramics, pottery, whatever. It's like, whatever it is, you're just getting positive feedback. And this positive feedback inspires you to pursue this more, has you feeling more inspired in general. I'm also getting like finances. Like, I feel like there will be an increase in your finances in this first month. And I feel like that financial stability will allow you to maybe invest in yourself more, to treat yourself. And because I'm getting like this rich vibe here, and it doesn't have to be monetary. Like, it just could be feeling rich in life, feeling rich in love, feeling rich emotionally, but I do sense some like financial or monetary stability here. And I feel like a hunger for more, a hunger for building an empire, a hunger for exploring, a hunger for learning. It might even be for traveling. Maybe once you start seeing this financial income coming in, you start getting the idea to save for a trip, for a travel, or maybe finally you get the courage to relocate, to move to that place that you always wanted to live in. And you start making preparations for that. Or you just start indulging more in the idea of it. Yeah, because number 4 represents foundations and stability. It also reminds me of this energy of home. And then we have the number 3, which is all about creation and creativity. So you guys are creating new foundations for yourself, and it all comes from this energy of confidence, of creativity and inspiration. It's like it feels like you guys are birthing a new life for yourself or wanting to birth a new life for yourself. And for those of you who are single, I feel like you guys feeling very confident in your singlehood. Instead of seeing it as like something to frown upon, you see it as a sense of freedom. And again, I feel like you might have a lot of admirers this month, but maybe you won't give them the time of day because this is your time here. You're just basking in the limelight, like I was saying, and feeling yourself. So like being single is an option. It's not because you don't have chances or opportunities, not because you don't have prospects or admirers. You will have many. It's just that this is a choice to run free for a while here. And for some of you, this might even represent you finding someone who you see as the Queen of Bows. So someone who stands out for you, someone who comes in like a lightning, strikes you like a lightning. Their beauty strikes you, their intelligence, their wittiness, their resourcefulness, it strikes you in a positive way. And I don't want to say it's love at first sight, but there is an immediate attraction to this person. And it stirs your emotions, stirs your feelings. Okay, but now I'm going to move into the next month. So we have another queen. This is the Queen of Stones, which is the Queen of Pentacles. And to clarify, we have the Seven of Cups, number 21, the Storks. Okay, I want to read what it says here. The stork denotes change of residence. Okay. So we were talking about possibly relocating or feeling inspired or finally having the courage to relocate, because maybe that's something that you always wanted to do. And so by the second month, I see you guys looking more into this, because we do have the Queen of Stones here, and we see how the bear, she is looking out into the horizon. So she's like coming out of her cave in a way to look at her prospects, and that's pretty much what the Seven of Cups denotes. The Seven of Cups denotes choices, possibilities, having many choices. So I see like the Queen of Stones here looking at her choices, looking at her prospects, looking at all the possibilities that are laid in front of her. So for those of you who have been looking to relocate, maybe to move to another country, maybe just to change houses, I feel like in the second month you are going to actually start investigating on that, looking at new places to live, and maybe gathering the information that you need to move to this new country, getting the paperwork done. It's like actually taking action in regards to this. For others of you, we were talking about you guys being very admired in the first month. This might be representing potential suitors who come knocking at your door, who come knocking at your cave, and you coming out and considering these suitors, seeing which one appeals to you, which one you are willing to embark on a journey with. If it's not solely romantic, this might even be like friendships, or it might even be like business partnerships or collaborators. Again, because I was getting such a creative energy here, you might decide to put your creative work out there, and then you get all this acknowledgement, this recognition, and then people come pouring in asking you to collaborate with them, to maybe, like I was giving the example of you making jewelry, maybe people start asking you for, what's it called? It's not commissions, but I forgot what it's called, but like asking you to make them like a personal set of jewelries or something like that. And know that you're not forced to do anything. That's the energy I'm getting here, because I see you guys considering. So I see you guys choosing who you want to work with, choosing what projects you want to take next, what motivates you to literally come out of your cave and work on this or invest time and energy on this. So I see you looking into your choices in the second month. And know that the Queen of Pentacles always reminds me of like a business person. So someone who is financially well off, someone who is business savvy. This can even be representing someone who is self-employed or who has started their business or is starting their business. So I definitely see that growth here, like you putting something out there and then getting business. This might be you monetizing your work and then starting a business from that. And again, I feel like a planning here, maybe looking into your finances, because I feel like growth here. So it feels like you guys in the second month will need to sit down to look into how much the materials cost, how much you're investing in that, maybe wanting to set your prices, maybe considering hiring other people, or maybe considering how you can expand your business or how you can put your work out there or your products out there. Yeah, it feels like planning, thinking, because the Seven of Cups can also denote thinking, seeing all the ways that this can go further. And for some of you, you might have been in hermit mode because the Queen or the Bear always reminds me of hibernation. And it feels like now that inspiration is kicking in, now that passion for something is kicking in, and this is kind of pulling you little by little out of your cave, out of this hermit mode. And for some of you, this might be representing, like, if you do meet a Queen of Bows in the first month, this is about this Queen of Bows stirring your feelings, finally that romantic side of you being reawakened, and maybe considering on pursuing this person, or maybe just considering on actually starting a romantic relationship. If it's not necessarily with this Queen of Wands, it's just wanting that romantic relationship now, because again, your feelings have been stirred, so they have been awakened in a way. And then this might be you looking at your prospects, going out into the dating scene, or just putting yourself out there in that way, or letting known to the universe that you want a relationship, or calling in your person, because this might even be like telling the universe, like, hey, I want a person or a relationship that has these qualities. I want to feel this way in a relationship. And it's sort of like this manifesting energy, like calling it in. And that's something that you might be doing in the second month. But I'm definitely seeing stability here, and I'm seeing planning for bigger things, wanting bigger things, wanting more, feeling a hunger for life. Okay, but the last cards will show us the third month, and we have the Shaman, which is the Magician. And to clarify, we have the Four of Cups, number 17, the Fish. So again, I want to read what it says in the card. The fish is the emblem of riches through stocks. Okay, so this might be very literal. Some of you might actually invest in stocks in the third month. Maybe that's something that you will be considering in the second month, and you will go ahead with this by the third month. And like the card says here, an emblem of riches through stocks. So I do see this being successful. This might even be like a side hustle, side business thing that you do, investing in stocks, and you will see some riches through that. But we do have the Shaman here, which the Shaman always reminds me of a leader. It's a manifestation energy. Ones always speak of new beginnings. I also see the Shaman as calling something in, actively working on manifesting. So like I said, for some of you, this might be about calling a romantic relationship in, because like I was talking about your feelings being stirred, maybe by the third month you guys will be very serious about this and will be actively manifesting your partner or your counterpart or your next romantic relationship. But in general, I feel like you guys are calling in a new life for yourself, a new beginning, and you know exactly what it is that you want. Because like I said, in the second month, you guys are in the planning phase. You guys are setting your foundations, putting everything in order, creating your blueprint. And so by the third month, now you're actively working on it. Now you're actively not just manifesting it, calling it in, but it's like also putting in the work, seeing what can I do now to make this happen faster for me. And the beautiful thing about the Shaman is that the Shaman is so confident, which is very reminiscent of this Queen of Bows. And so it's like you guys are not holding back in terms to what you're calling in, because you're confident that you deserve this, because you're confident that you can call it in and that you can make this happen and you can make this manifest. You're confident in your powers and your capabilities and your skills and your abilities, because the shaman is a very skilled individual. They are experts in their practice. And for them, there's never an end to growth. Like, they continue learning, they continue expanding. And that's the hunger I was receiving from the Queen of Stones. It's like there's a hunger for more, there's a hunger for improvement, and you guys are not holding back in terms to that. The shaman also kind of reminds me a lot of the fox, because I find them to be very witty and very sly at times. They know what they want and they are willing to do just about anything to get it. And it's basically because they know they have the charm, they have the magic to get what they want. So that's the energy I see you guys exuding by the 3rd month. And it validates it even more having the fox as the energy you will be embodying after these 3 months. You guys believing in yourself, basically. And I feel like it's also about being confident in your charms, even in your physical appearance, I feel like. And it's like working with that magic. Because as you can see, the shaman has several tools. And so it feels like you guys have several skills up your sleeve. And you're not holding back to using all of them if the case arises. Also, I feel like the shaman doesn't easily give up. They can be very perseverant and very dedicated to whatever it is that they are committing to. And that's also the energy of the Queen of Stones. It's about commitment and perseverance. So you guys are finally committing to your dreams. And I will be honest here, we do have the 4 of Cups, which can represent disillusionment, dissatisfaction, boredom. And because we have the Wish card in reverse, I'm not necessarily seeing your manifestation come in the 3rd month. I see you actively working on it, putting in the work, working with the universe, as we were mentioning at the beginning. You actively having faith in this and going for it now gives open for the universe to bring in your manifestations later on. So you guys are like opening the portal by the 3rd month. Now with the 4 of Cups, it does give me this caution of being mindful, because the 4 of Cups doesn't necessarily mean that nothing is going on in our lives. It just simply signifies that we feel nothing is going on because we're not seeing what we want to see. When the 4 of Cups shows up, or as it shows up in the Rider-Waite's Tarot, it's this man looking at 3 cups in front of him with dissatisfaction, whilst ignoring the cup that the universe is offering him. So don't get too caught up in your end goals that you do not see the blessings that are in your life or that are coming in for you in this month or even in the previous months, because I feel like the universe is continuously blessing you. But when we get too caught up in end goals or final destinations, it's very hard to see the blessings that are already in our life and that are continuously coming in. And that's like a shame, really. Like, that's unfortunate, because when we don't see these blessings, we tend to feel dissatisfied. We feel like the universe isn't working with us or isn't on our side. And that's not the case. They are continuously here with you. They're continuously validating your work and your efforts. But we can only see that if we become aware of it, if we are mindful of our present moment. So don't get too caught up in what you don't have, that you don't see what you do have right in front of you. And I feel this applies also in terms of like romantic relationships, because I feel that when the Magician comes out, the Magician knows exactly what they want or who they want. And so I'm almost feeling like the Magician is trying to hypnotize this fish and call it in. And so this fish might be representing, you know how they say there's several fish in the sea or something like that? So this might be representing a specific fish, a specific someone that you're trying to call in. I get a little bit of a stubborn energy in regards to this. You're just hyper focused on this one person or this one relationship that you're not able to see the other fishes in the sea. And so if this is bringing you more dissatisfaction than actual fulfillment or happiness, then Spirit is letting you, it's just coming through to tell you, you know, just maybe release a little bit of control in regards to this, because the Magician can be a bit controlling at times, and see what's around you. Maybe you'll be surprised. Maybe somebody else will catch your eye, and without you knowing, you have caught their eye for a while now, and things will move easier and more organically for you there. So I feel like this is just a warning also of like not feeling too controlling over the situation, or not trying to manipulate the situation so much so that it takes the purity away from it. And I just got dizzy again, because I'm also feeling like, don't feel like you need to change yourself or be someone that you're not in order to attract, let's say, this Queen of Wands, or to attract a certain someone. Like, you don't have to go to those lengths. And that's why we're learning here throughout these 3 months that who you are, you is beautiful. You don't have to be anybody else to be able to garner the attention that you've always been deserving of, to garner the recognition that was always meant to be yours. All you need to do is be you. So if you ever feel like you need to change that in order to manipulate a situation, then just be mindful of that, because maybe at the end of the day, this might not be the right thing or the right person for you. It's just a heads up, of course. It's always up to you. It's your free will, but this is just a heads up. Okay? I also feel like you guys will become excellent manifestors. Like, I feel you guys will learn how to manifest a lot during this 3rd month, because there might be things that you call in and it might not be exactly what you wanted to call in, and that will kind of like teach you how to best manifest or how to best call in what you truly want. Yeah, because these 2 queens might also be like potential suitors, and not everything that we call in is exactly meant for us. So yeah, I think you guys will be realizing that in the 3rd month. Okay, but now I'm going to pull out a message from the note jar. So all these messages here. See what Spirit has to say, what more they have to say. Oh, so we have 1111. So this might be a number you might be seeing a lot during these 3 months, and they might be confirmation for you that your manifestations are on its way. If not, then maybe these numbers have a special significance for you guys. Or if you happen to see this video by that time, maybe November 11th might be a significant day for you. So we have, I feel you, I hear you, I see you. And the last message is, for every ending, there is a beginning. And I feel like pulling one more for you guys. Oh, okay. When you miss me, close your eyes and simply feel. There is where you will find me. Okay, so that's all the messages I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it brought some guidance, some clarity. If it did, then please leave a like or a comment. And if you want to stick around for more readings with me, Kim, then please do subscribe. I do offer personal readings. All the information is in my website, and the link to my website can be found in the description box down below. Okay, so thank you so much for watching, and until the next moment, bye-bye. Hola seekers who chose the Bloodstone, bienvenidos to your reading. So we are going to look into the next 3 months, but please do keep in mind that this is a timeless reading, meaning that at whatever moment in time you decide to watch this video, the messages can still apply to you. So in other words, this reading here will look into the next 3 months from whenever you're watching this video. Okay, I don't know if you can hear that. Dogs barking in the background. Yeah, I just want to take note of that because we do have a wolf here. which is like a canine. So maybe if you've been wondering if your spirit animal, your power animal is a canine of sorts, then this might be your confirmation. I like to begin my readings with an intuitive message, and for you guys, right from the get-go, I received telepathic messages. So I would just like to note that the intuitive messages I receive can be very specific. I'm just channeling whatever spirit wants to say at the moment. So if it does not resonate with you, then that is okay. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. But for this group, as I said, I did receive the words telepathic messages. And so for some of you, it might be the case that within these 3 months, you might be enhancing your telepathic abilities, being able to send messages to others telepathically or receive messages from others telepathically, or you might be practicing that within these 3 months, and I do see improvement in regards to this ability. But for the rest of you, I just feel like you guys will be receiving messages, and it might take a while for you to identify these messages as coming from someone else. I feel like for the vast majority of you, you might not even really know who these messages are coming from, because I do feel like you are telepathically communicating with someone in specific, and this someone is a person who is currently alive, someone who is incarnated on this earth in this lifetime, and you are speaking back and forth with this person. There is a specific telepathic connection with someone, and this someone might be somebody from your soul tribe or your soul family, and I feel like this telepathic connection is a sign that this person will soon come into your life. It almost feels like the closer you are to getting to meet this person in the physical 3D, the stronger your psychic link becomes. So the more you are feeling you are connecting with this person energetically, that is a telltale sign that this person will soon come into your life, if you haven't met this person already. For some of you, it might be the case that you already know who this person is, that they are already in your life in some way. This might just be denoting that within this 3 months, the energetic or psychic link between you both will be strengthening. I also heard the word here, and I just feel like Spirit wants to let you know whatever it is that you are seeking or looking for, it's already here. Whatever it is that you want, it's already here within your reach. This might be information. I get it more in terms to information, but yeah, they just want you to know that it is within your reach. Okay, but now I'm going to move into the cards. So I wanted to know what energy you guys will be embodying at the end of these 3 months or after these next 3 months. And so these cards will tell us a little about that. So we do have the wolf here, and to clarify, we have journey. I do really love this combination. The wolf itself always reminds me of a journey, but it feels like a spiritual journey. It feels like a journey within. And so I feel like in these next 3 months, you guys will be embarking in some type of spiritual journey or doing some type of inner work. I've never gotten this out of this journey card, but for some of you, this might be literally going on a journey like hiking or camping. That might be something you will be doing a lot in these next 3 months. It feels like wanting to be with nature, wanting to lay under the stars, also possibly even wanting some solitude. And it feels like this crave for solitude is coming from a need to go within, to embark on this inner journey or spiritual journey. Because with this wolf, I see you guys longing for answers, longing for explanations, longing for something more. It feels very emotional actually. And we do have the river here, and water I often associate it with feelings and emotions. But see how we do have like rocks here? I'm seeing this as obstacles or blockages. So maybe it's the case that as of now, you haven't really allowed your emotions to flow. You haven't really allowed for yourself to connect with your feelings, with your soul. And there is now a need to do that. A need to connect more to this emotional side of yourself. This is a journey of self-discovery basically. Because we do have the lone wolf here, and we know that wolves travel in packs. And actually, I might be making this up, but I do believe that when wolves do separate from their packs, it's because they are seeking to create their own pack, right? So it's like you guys are moving away from a situation, even possibly like by the end of these 3 months, you decide to move away from home or to travel or leave your nest in a way to find your tribe, to create a family of your own, or to find your pack per se. It's almost like trying to find your place in the world. So this might literally be denoting a spiritual awakening. And I just received the message, change of heart, change of mind. So this might even be the case that you decide to walk a new path or redirect yourself in a way. So for some of you, you might even decide to leave an old job or leave a relationship, leave a place, and completely start anew. It does feel kind of like a drastic change. And for some of you, I feel like you might leave an old situation without even really knowing where you are going next. It's like venturing out into the unknown. And I know that might sound scary for some of you, but it feels like it's needed. Like you decide to create this change for yourself because it's very needed. Like your soul is longing for this. Because the wolf is a wild spirit. And so it's almost like your soul is longing to be free, to run free, to explore. But I'm going to read what's in the back of this card. We got wolf. Instinct, a creature of solitude yet highly pack-bound, wolf serves as a strong intuitive guide for those seeking a stronger connection to their innate gifts and talents. He encourages us to follow our intuition. Confronted with a tenuous and often severe connection to his environment, wolf depends on his instincts to survive his rugged landscape. Leading with conviction, he reminds us of roads less traveled. In his example, he demonstrates the possibilities when we trust ourselves to face adversity. Yeah, the journey can sometimes also denote like challenges or obstacles along the way, but with the energy of the wolf here, you guys will overcome these challenges and obstacles. You guys will grow from it and become stronger from this. And know that this is all part of the journey. You designed, before incarnating in this life, you designed this journey for yourself because you knew you would be able to overcome all of this, because you knew you would be able to walk this path, and you knew that you would get something valuable out of it all. It literally feels like the journey to getting back home to you, finding your home. I even see, this might not resonate with everybody, but for some of you, this might even be representing relocating to a place that's not very populated, like that is more out in the wilderness, closer to the mountains, where there is little to no city lights or noise pollution, where you are actually able to see the stars. Yeah, but now I'm going to move into the other cards. This feels like a huge shift, actually. For 3 months, it feels pretty big. But okay, I'm going to move into the cards. So these cards will let us know about the first month, and this is to give us the overall energy. So we have the Sun of Life, number 19. This is the Sun card. And why am I so shaky? But to clarify this card, we have I believe this is the Knight of Pentacles, number 14, the Rider. Okay, so the Sun of Life always reminds me of masculine energy, which is all about confidence, self-empowerment, and having a sense of self, knowing who you are, knowing what it is that you want. But I love this card because we have this man or this person, fully open and bare, standing on this field of flower, their heart fully open and activated. And so from the first month, I see you guys already connecting more with yourself, connecting more with your authenticity, showing up authentically to the world. This is about being completely unapologetic about who you are. I mean, this person is completely naked. So in the first month, I'm already seeing this transformation. And I love this image because where this person is standing is where the flowers are growing. And I do love this image because where this person is standing is where the flowers are blooming and blossoming. So this is about life. You guys feeling alive in the first month. You guys feeling ready to create a new life for yourselves. This is almost an energy of feeling capable, feeling like anything is possible. This is an energy that is ready to create. And see how the sun is like blazing in the background. And I believe the sun is connected with the solar plexus, and the solar plexus is connected with that masculine energy. So I'm definitely seeing a resurgence of confidence. This is also representing a heart activation. And I feel it's this heart activation that pulls you to embark on this journey, pulls you towards self-discovery. And then we do have the horse here in the background, and horse is another very wild and free-spirited energy. And we have the horse here again, so maybe horses are also significant for you guys. And I've seen this card several times, but I barely noticed this. This rider here, this horse is jumping over the fence. And remember, I was talking about possibly leaving the home or breaking free, leaving an old situation, of wanting to discover more, see more. That's exactly what I'm seeing here. Whatever you thought were your limitations, you're breaking those. You're literally jumping over the fence to see what's out there. So you're not limiting yourself anymore. Maybe before you thought that what you knew now was everything. Maybe you thought that you couldn't accomplish more or do more, or there wasn't anything else waiting for you out there. But that way of thinking is being shattered in this first month. The message here is the rider is a sure sign of good news. So maybe you guys will be receiving some very good news in the first month that kind of gives you the courage to break free in a way, or to embark on this new journey. Like for some of you, as I mentioned, this could be traveling, or this could be relocating, or this could be finding independence. So maybe you get approved for a loan, or someone invites you somewhere and it's a perfect opportunity to see more, to travel, to explore new things. We do have the Knight of Pentacles here, and I do see that energy as somebody coming in with an offer, with a very stable offer, with something that has potential and prospects. Maybe this can even be a new job offer, and that is something that you've been secretly wanting, or this can be an offer that lightens your spirit, that resonates with your heart. I'm also seeing this as somebody coming into your life, and this person is very free-spirited. This person has seen the world. This person knows what they want in life, and they seek to have what they want, and they are open to explore, and they are open to create new things. And when they come into your life, they spark something within you. They feel familiar to you, and it's because their energy, their soul matches yours, mirrors yours. But this person has allowed themselves to embody who they truly are, whereas maybe you have been a little hesitant to do that, or you haven't been allowed to do that. And so when you see this person, it's like a wake-up call to your soul. Possibly you admire this person. Possibly there's something that you really love about this person, and it's because whatever they have, you have within. And so it's kind of like this person brings an awakening. And again, if it's not a person, this can be an offer, something that shows up in your life like an opportunity something that's completely new, and it's here to trigger you in a way, to trigger this awakening, to remind you of who you are, to remind you of your potential, to remind you of your desires, to reconnect you with your soul. And the sun also represents good news. It's an energy of happiness, of joy, of success and achievements. It's an energy of positivity. So if you have been waiting for good news, very specific good news, I do feel like you will be receiving those news in the first month. And I just received this message, and it might take for you to get out of your comfort zone to be able to receive this good news or receive what it is that you want, because the sun also talks about being seen. And so it almost feels like you need to be seen in a way for this messenger who is carrying your good news to be able to see you and reach you and deliver this to you. And this might denote being seen like publicly, maybe like putting your work out there or putting your message out there if you want to call someone's attention in specific. But this can just be showing up authentically, not hiding who you are. If you are a creative individual, this is about not being ashamed about your creations, not being ashamed about the work that you do. This is Spirit way of letting you know there's no shame in what you do, especially what you truly feel passionate about. And how can people recognize you and recognize your work if you are hiding it? So this is about revealing it and embracing it. Yeah, I see you guys being open about that in the first month. And that allows for freedom. That allows for opportunities to come in for whatever it is that you have been wanting to manifest, or whatever it is that you have been waiting for it to finally enter your life. If you have someone in specific, maybe somebody you want to connect with or have a relationship with, it just feels like letting your feelings be known will allow for this person to approach you, because now they will know how you truly feel. For some of you, this might even be talking about like a public figure. If you have been trying to get the attention of like a public figure, or maybe someone who you admire, who is like maybe a YouTuber or like quite popular in that way, then again, I feel like putting your work out there might call their attention. And I feel like the more you are connected with yourself, the more you allow yourself to show up authentically and just express your feelings, who you are, without any shame or guilt, will allow for your soul family or your soul tribe to find you. Because that's what I'm seeing here with this heart center being activated. It's like you opening like a gateway, like you calling to them. And that's the energy I get with the wolf, like a call. Calling them in. Because I feel like this is where you also connect with your soul tribe, or maybe with a specific person, because we were getting like telepathic connection or communication with someone in specific. And I feel like the more connected you are with your heart, the more easier it is for you to communicate with this person, because you two are connected through the heart space. And the heart space is all about authenticity. It's all about the true self. And I see this writer as this other person. So when you awaken to yourself, it's like you triggered this other person to awaken to themselves as well. And it feels like that's when the journey to each other begins. And with all these flowers here, I also feel like you will have a lot of support. If, let's say, you decide to come out in a way or share who you are, put yourself out there, you will have support from others. And they will show you that they support you. They will let you know that they stand by you and that nothing has changed. That they only admire you more for your courage and for your authenticity. Yeah. Okay, but now I'm going to move into the other cards. So this is to give us the overall energy, and we have the 8 of Vessels, Rebirth, which is the 8 of Cups. And then we have the 10 of Pentacles, number 8, the Scythe or Skith. I'm not sure how you pronounce that one. Okay, but I love this energy of rebirth, because that's pretty much what I was feeling here with the Sun. It's being reborn again. It's starting a new life for yourself. It's choosing to create a new life for yourself. And it's breaking free of old bounds, of limitations. It's choosing to set off to discover the world. And the Eight of Cups does speak about moving forward from a situation that was unfavorable, that was sucking the life out of you in a way. And with these cups here overflowing, I see you guys spilling over. Like I said, you're not detained anymore. You're allowing yourself to become the wild horse, the wild wolf. You're not holding back anymore. This might even be representing breaking off relationships that were emotionally draining you. Breaking off with cycles that were emotionally depleting you. It's like you awakening to this system here, to the matrix, to the routines that have been holding you back for so long, and you deciding to break free of those chains, to break free of this cycle that wasn't allowing you to move forward, and you embracing the unknown, not fearing the unknown anymore. I feel it's like for you guys, it'll become more scarier to stay where you are than to venture out into the unknown. Because with this scythe here, I'm seeing it as well as cutting away an old life, an old way of being, an old way of thinking. And then we do have the Ten of Pentacles here, which is a lovely energy, because the Ten of Pentacles represents security, stability within the home. And that's the energy we were getting here with the Journey card, finding your home, finding a stable home. Maybe you don't know what steps you will take next by this point when you decide to break free of the past or of the old. But your soul does. It's like you don't mind making these drastic changes in your life because at the core, you guys are not afraid. And the reason why you're not afraid is because you know that you're not leading yourself astray. You know that there's something better waiting out there for you. You know that this breaking free was the first step in reaching this Ten of Pentacles. You are leading yourself to this stability and this security and this safety. Maybe at the beginning of the month, things will seem a little unclear, but I feel like by the end of the month, you will know exactly where it is that you're heading, or you will know what steps to take next, or what it is that you want to do, or what it is that you want to pursue. And I feel also like you guys will have maybe the finances, the security, or the backup. It feels like you guys will have a safety net in order for you to be able to make these drastic changes. So for example, if it's leaving an old job, you guys will have like the money in your bank for you to feel comfortable enough to leave your job, or the money will come later on at the end of the month. Maybe this is about a friend offering you a place to stay, or you receiving a loan, or you being provided in some way that gives you enough time to find your footing. And remember that the blessings of the universe, the help from the universe, comes in many ways. So don't ever feel like receiving help from someone is pitiful, because being offered help is like, it's a blessing, you know? In a society that mostly cares about only the self, only me, being offered genuine help from someone else is truly a blessing. And this is just assuring you that whatever you plant in this month will give fruit to you in the future. Yes, it might take some time because seeds take time to grow, but it will give to you. And it will give to you in heaps and heaps. It will be an energy of abundance, because that's the Ten of Pentacles. And so I definitely see you finding your safe home, finding your security, finding that stability. Now, I wanted to note these numbers here, 6, 8, 11, or 13. Sorry, I'm going like back and forth. For the first month, these days might be significant. 6, 8, 11, or 13. You might be receiving the good news during these days, or I might be making some important decision during this time. Okay, but now I'm going to move into the last month, the third month, and we have the King of Arrows, Kingfisher, which is the King of Swords, and to clarify, we have the Nine of Swords, number 41, Roses. So the Kingfisher reminds me of a multi-talented king, because the Kingfisher is a bird, their element is the air, but they can also dive into water, which is a different element. So you guys are very versatile. And I feel like that's why you got the wolf energy, because you guys have more skills up your sleeves than you realize, than you know. And it might be the case that you haven't realized all that you can do, or have realized all of your potential, because maybe you have kept yourself in your comfort zone for so long that being in your comfort zone hasn't allowed you to fully explore yourself. Explore all that you are capable of. And I feel like this journey of leaving that comfort zone, or leaving that space you've always been in, allows you to face new challenges. But facing these new challenges allows you to see what skills you have up your sleeves. Like, sometimes we need to go through challenges and obstacles in order to find out what we're made of. Because with the Nine of Swords, it does represent stress. It does represent sleepless nights, anxiety, fears. But we do have the Rose here, which I feel like it balances this very heavy energy, because we know that the rose has thorns, right? And the thorns hurt, you know? But the rose symbolizes beauty, and for me it symbolizes riches. And so, yes, the journey might be difficult, but at the end of the day, what you will get out of it will be so worth it. Like, the journey of a seed. We always talk about the butterfly, but can you imagine the journey of a single seed in order to blossom into this beautiful rose? There's a lot of steps to that. There's a lot of growth. Can you imagine the seed pushing up the soil, up through that darkness, in order to see the sun, in order to see the light? And so with this Kingfisher, this also reminds me of determination. The King of Arrows is someone who sees what they want and they go for it. They don't hesitate. They don't overthink it. The King of Arrows is very logical, but they don't second guess themselves. They use their minds, but they don't let their mind trap them. And so by the third month, like I said with this 10 of Pentacles, I do see you guys finding out what it is that you want to pursue. But like I said with the King of Arrows, you're going at it in a logical way. And so with this Nine of Swords, there might be a little overthinking, but I feel it's mostly in terms to how to go about this situation in a logical way. It almost feels like planning it out. Like, let's say if you want to start a business, you will be thinking day and night on how to start this business. But this is not of like second guessing it, because you're done with doubting yourself. You're done with questioning yourself. You're done with limiting yourself. Now you're ready to go on and create your own journey. Now, if you have your eye on somebody, like we were talking about here with the first month, in the third month, I see you guys letting your feelings be known, because with this rose, I'm seeing as an offering, you know? And so I see you communicating your feelings. And this is kind of beautiful, because it's not about communicating your feelings in order for them to be reciprocated. It's simply about letting yourself express what you feel. It's like not holding back anymore. It's like you rather let the person know how you feel than keep quiet and regretting not ever sharing your feelings or wondering what if. And it's quite beautiful, because this has no expectations. And expectations is not the same thing as standards. Like, because definitely you guys have been working on setting your standards. Expectations has more to do with trying to control or manipulate a situation. But you guys are letting go of that here. Because we do have a lot of sword energy, I also feel like by the 3rd month, you guys will have that stronger telepathic connection with this person. Like I said, some of you might know who this person is, but I feel like for the majority, you might not. And so I feel like during this time, this psychic link or this telepathic communication or connection will be strengthening, that by the 3rd month, you will be able to like hear or pick up on this person more clear. You will receive more confirmation and validation of this connection by the 3rd month. It's like you guys will be communicating also with each other more frequently. And they will also be picking up on your energy or receiving like synchronicities on their end. I just get the feeling that this is also representing the other person's energy, and I feel like they're coming towards you. Like, I don't know how that would work, but it's like they're working with the universe to come to you. And maybe that's why you also have this craving to set out on an adventure or to travel or to move, because it's like possibly you guys are meeting each other halfway. But with this rose here, I also feel a sense of beauty, but it feels more like inner beauty. Like I said, feeling more confident in yourself and seeing your soul as beautiful. But definitely by the 3rd month, I see you guys going for what it is that you want. Not hesitating, not holding back anymore. Okay, but I'm going to pull out some messages from the note jar. Less is more. Open your heart. Open your heart, and when you do, think of me. What were we saying with this Sun of Life? Yeah, when you open your heart space, you strengthen this connection with this specific other person or with your soul family, with your soul tribe. So you are connected through the heart. So the more sincere you are with yourself, it allows for you to be able to communicate more clearly with this other person. And then we have let it be. Okay, so that's all the messages I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it brought some guidance, some clarity. If it did, then please leave a like or comment. And if you want to stick around for more readings with me, Kim, then please do subscribe. I do offer personal readings. All the information is in my website, and the link to my website can be found in the description box down below. Thank you so much for watching, and until the next moment, bye-bye. Hola seekers who chose the Green Aventurine, bienvenidos to your reading. So we will be looking into the next 3 months, but do keep in mind that this is a timeless reading, meaning at whatever moment in time you decide to watch this video or rewatch this video, the messages can still apply to you. So in other words, this reading will look into the next 3 months from whenever you are watching this video. Okay, so now let's get into your reading. And I will first begin with an intuitive messages. Please do keep in mind that some of these messages might be very specific. I'm just channeling whatever spirit wants to deliver at this moment. So if the messages do not resonate with you, that is okay. Take what does and leave what doesn't. Okay, so for you guys, I did straight off the bat hear the word divination. And we do have the raven here, which for me gives off a very magical and ethereal energy. So some of you might actually be exploring forms of divination in the next 3 months, or strengthening your psychic or spiritual abilities, or you will be seeking others who practice divination. So in the next 3 months, you might be asking for readings from tarot readers, or going to a medium or a psychic to receive guidance or messages. Because I am getting a seeker energy with this raven, seeking for answers. It's not much as guidance. It feels like very specific answers that you guys are wanting or needing within these next 3 months. And it almost feels urgent. Honestly, it feels like you guys are wanting something, a specific message, a specific answer, and you feel like you can't move forward if you don't have this, or if somebody else doesn't give you this, like for example, a tarot reader or a psychic, but I feel like you don't need it. Like, it's not something that you truly need. It's just you feel like you need it in order to move forward. And it almost feels like you guys already know the answer. You guys already know what to do, but maybe you're refusing to see the truth or refusing to accept what you already intuitively feel and know. It's almost like you guys already know what to do, or you guys already know the answer, but you are hoping that somebody else will tell you otherwise. You want to hear what you want to hear instead of listening to what you need to hear. Okay, does that make sense? Yes, I'm also getting the word closure. So maybe some of you are just seeking for closure through forms of divination. For some, I know this is the Raven, but for some of you, crows might be very significant. You might be seeing crows a lot during this time, and I feel like this is actually a spirit guide coming through in the form of a crow. Yeah, I do feel it strongly, this is definitely a spirit guide. And their presence does feel very, like, in your face, kind of. I know crows have a very intense gaze, and so I'm almost getting this energy of looking directly, you know, when you look directly into someone's eyes, or someone looks you directly into your eyes, and you can feel them calling you on your BS. Okay, I just received this message from Spirit to deliver the message in a more gentler way. Like, Spirit just wants you to remember yourself, remember your worth. And this seems very harsh and very blunt, but it keeps being repeated in my mind to snap out of it. Maybe that is a message that will be helpful at some point. Like, snap out of it. Remember who you are. Remember your worth. I honestly don't know much about ravens, but this came through as I was connecting, which is emotional intelligence. So I don't know if this applies to the raven, but I definitely feel like you guys will be developing this emotional intelligence during these 3 months. Yeah, I know this is very general, but it feels like an unveiling. Okay, but I am going to move into the cards now. So I wanted to know, what is the energy you guys will be embodying after these 3 months? So these cards will let us know about that. And of course, you guys received the Raven. And to clarify, you have Knight, which is pretty cool because we know the Raven is black. And then we have this black bird here, which I'm assuming might be either a crow or a raven. So immediately when I looked at this Knight, I thought of leaving a situation or leaving something behind, because as you can see, we're seeing only the back of the bird. And we have birds showing up here twice, so I definitely feel like birds are quite significant for you guys. Might be a spirit animal, a power animal, or like I said, your spirit guide shows up in the form of birds or through bird symbolism. So if you start dreaming about birds quite a bit, please pay attention to those dreams in which have birds in them, because I feel like that is your spirit guide coming through to deliver a message to you. So if you can, write those dreams down. Try to keep a dream journal, because I feel like this information will be very important and very helpful in your waking life, and will also help you unravel a lot of insecurities or fears. Learn more about where they're coming from and why they have manifested in the way that they have. Yeah, because the Raven is just reminding me so much of transformation and shedding layers, dropping illusions, looking truth directly in the eye and seeing things for what they truly are. But I'm definitely sensing freedom with this bird energy here. You guys finally finding freedom in regards to something, or setting yourself free. So again, this might be in terms to some fears, some traumas, some insecurities or doubts. If not, this might even be setting yourself free from a situation, from a place, or even from a relationship that was detrimental in some way. And so I do feel like by the end of these 3 months, you guys will have finally decided to walk away from something that was not healthy or was causing you a lot of stress or worry or a lot of pain in some way. And I keep being pulled to this card. I feel like you guys will receive a lot of insight. And the raven does remind me of the third eye chakra, and that's all about clarity, having vision, being able to see through pretenses and illusions. So I feel like you guys will have a clear understanding of a situation or of a person. And I feel like through some experiences that might have happened in the past or will be happening during this 3-month period will help strengthen your intuition and your clairvoyant abilities. Like, you will be able to see the red flags from the get-go. You will be able to see through people's masks. You will be able to see if they have any hidden intentions or hidden agendas. And you will understand that you have a choice. You always have a choice to walk away from something or from someone. But the Knight card does remind me of a fleeing energy. So there is this caution of not tending to fall into this habit of running away from every situation that gets difficult. Because I'm imagining birds, when there is a slight noise, they just lift off and fly away immediately and get startled easily. And so this feels like a startled bird, and this feels like a more composed bird. And so we were talking about that emotional intelligence at the beginning. So I feel like there will still be some work to do in terms to that emotional intelligence, or being able to understand your emotions more clearly, not get swept away by them, and not making big decisions in terms to the emotions that you feel at the moment. Because emotions, they come and go, and they're not always the best indicators of a situation or of how a situation truly is. I feel like understanding your emotions more and being clear on what they mean and how to best use them to make decisions in your life, or just to understand your situations better, or your state of being better, just to understand yourself better, will still be something that will be worked on after these 3 months. But I'm going to look at the back of this card. So yeah, Raven, truth. Raven is strongly associated with shamanism, healing, and the realm of the dead. She is a solitary bird and most often found in wild, chaotic places. Her hearth may be swathed in a veil, but her sight and speech are clear. When visited by Raven, she has intention to speak the truth until it is heard. Raven teaches us to engage in deep, transformative change, closing one chapter of our lives to bring forth another. When Raven appears, she will not leave until we have listened. Yeah, I feel a lot of clarity will be coming through in these 3 months. A lot of truths will be revealed. Some of them might not be so pleasant. Some of them might not be exactly what we want to hear, but they are needed in order for something that is not very stable, very healthy to end, so that we can begin something that is more in alignment with your true self. Yeah, this feels like a transformative period. But I'm going to move into the cards. These cards will show us or let us know more about the first month, and to give us the overall energy, we have 7 of Arrows. Insecurity, this is the 7 of Swords in the Rider-Waite's Tarot. And to clarify, we have 5 of Pentacles, number 28, the Anchor. Okay. So let me start with the 5 of Pentacles. This often denotes a feeling of abandonment, being left out on the cold. This might represent challenges, more specifically in terms to finances. But I'm mostly seeing this as a lack of stability. It's this feeling of being lost in a way. Like, my mind right now is very jumbled. My thoughts are very jumbled. It's not being able to see things clearly, not being able to focus. not being present in the moment enough to make confident decisions or make stable or intelligent decisions is what I'm getting. It's almost like a bit of a frantic energy. And then we do have the 7 of Arrows insecurity here. I do want you guys to know that this woman here, she's the Empress of this deck. So whenever this card comes out, I always see this person as the one I'm doing the reading for. So you guys are the Empress, whether you're female or male or relate to female or male. Your archetype is the Empress, which is such an abundant energy. I connect the Empress with Mother Gaia. It's about life and creation. It's about beauty and magic. It's a very empowering and powerful energy, yet we have her here like a damsel in distress. And I think that's why Spirit came through at the beginning, asking you guys to remember who you are. Because here the Empress is forgetting that these arrows cannot actually hurt her, do her no damage. They only do if she believes that they can cause her damage. And so seeing these arrows coming at her, this might be the case in which someone else has made you feel or made you believe that you are this damsel in distress, that you cannot defend yourself, that you cannot protect yourself, that you don't have a voice, that you're powerless. It almost feels like something or someone took the ground right from under your feet. This might be denoting a separation or a breakup, or having the 7 of Arrows and the 5 of Pentacles. This might even be denoting that someone did leave you out in the cold, or someone lied to you or cheated you in some way. And this brought a lot of insecurity. It's like this triggered this insecurity, made you doubt yourself, made you doubt your worth, made you doubt who you are. I feel like this feeling of doubts, insecurities, is something that we will be dealing with in the first month. Maybe that's the energy you guys are currently in, and I do feel it trickling in the next month, but I see you guys working through it, because we do have 8 and 2, and that's adding those numbers, we get the number 10, and the number 10 is about endings of cycles. It's about closures. So I see you guys working to have this closure and coming back to yourself. That's what I see with the anchor here. And we do have the yellow, which reminds me about the solar plexus, and that's all about confidence, self-worth, knowing who you are. And so I feel like during this first month, there's this energy of feeling like something was taken from you, and you wanting to seek justice in regards to it. If not, I feel like you guys during this month, you might be seeking, like I said, answers through divination to know why this happened. So if it was a breakup or a separation, or someone just left without saying anything, you want to know why that was. Why did this separation happen? Why did you break up? Why did this person leave? Some of you might even be looking to see if the person will come back, or if there will be a reuniting. I feel like you guys, as of now, you already know the answer. If you're wondering whether there will be a reunion or coming back together, I feel like you guys already know the answer. But you might not like what you already intuitively know or feel. And so you are seeking to find other ways, to find a different answer. For some of you, this might have nothing to do with a relationship. And please know, it doesn't have to be like a romantic relationship. This can be a friendship, you know? The ending of a friendship, separation with a friend, hurts just as bad. But, you know, with all this, Spirit wants to come through and tell you, this had nothing to do with you. you're trying to seek answers for why this happened, and possibly you're trying to put the blame on yourself. And you won't find answers if you're putting the blame on yourself, because it had nothing to do with you. The reason why this person left, decided to leave, decided to cut with things, has nothing to do with you. It has something to do with this person and what they're working through and what they're going through. And maybe that's the answer you will receive from these tarot readers, these psychics, these mediums. It might even be like therapists or counselors, but it feels like you guys don't accept this truth. Like you guys want to hear something in specific, and whatever you're seeking to hear, that's not exactly the truth. That just feeds the pain. And the pain likes to be fed. It desperately seeks to be fed. So we'll continue searching and searching. And trust me, that pain will never be full. It will always be hungry. It's a scavenger. And trust me, it scavenges for reasons why. Even if they're not valid, even if they don't make sense, they take it. They take it if it feeds it. And I will be brutally honest here. It almost feels like you guys are seeking for this because it distracts you from the real pain. You guys are searching for more because it gives you less time to sit with yourself and feel through that ache, through that heartache, through that pain, through the anger. If you're angry, allow yourself to be angry. You have a right to be angry. Just don't stew in that. Don't drown in that, because it doesn't help you. It doesn't help anybody. As I was saying, maybe this has nothing to do with another person. Maybe it has to do with the situation. Feeling rejected by something, be it a company, be it a school, be it an agency. And that rejection is hitting hard at your confidence, at your self-esteem. And it's because we are looking at it as a rejection. And I feel this is very much like a trigger. It's bringing past wounds up to the surface. And that's why it's even more painful. That's why it's even more confusing. Because you're not only dealing with this, you're dealing with past memories of feeling left out in the cold. And so it's all this coming up to the surface, and it's a little hard to identify what is what. But it's sort of here to show you, or to let you know, like, hey, there's all these wounds that you've just suppressed. And it's time to take a better look at them. It's time to feel into them, to let them heal. And of course, the universe won't necessarily force you to do anything. So this is when you decide to do it. So again, I don't know why I'm being like so straightforward with this reading or brutally honest, but you can keep running away from this and keep distracting yourself for as long as you want, if that's what you want, or until you feel ready to really address this. I don't want to come off as making you think that seeking help from others is wrong, because I know that can help us a lot, especially to unravel our thoughts or our emotions. So if you need the counsel, if you need to go to a tarot reader or a medium or someone who can help you connect more with your intuition, then by all means go, but use that help. I'm getting listen as the raven, as the card said here. When Raven appears, she will not leave until we have listened. Maybe this is not you actively seeking for clarity, but the clarity coming to you. People coming to you with guidance or advice. And what they will say you will not like, but it will keep coming through until you have listened. So it's okay to seek guidance, but use it. And the other message is, whenever you receive guidance or advice, yes, use it, but don't use it blindly. Because always, I can talk for hours, but at the end of the day, you know better. You always know better about your situation, about your truth. You're not without. You're not powerless. If this has nothing to do with a situation or a circumstance, maybe this is something that you've been working through, insecurity. doubting your worth, doubting yourself, working through self-confidence. And maybe in the next month, this will become more prevalent. And it's not here to deliberately cause you pain, but it's here to let you know that there is pain. And I feel like this is also a message of leaving yourself out in the cold. You leave yourself out in the cold when you don't acknowledge your pain, when you don't acknowledge your wounds, when you try to find excuses or even blame other people for it. Because yes, other people might have instilled this pain, but the one who continues to carry it is us. The one who continues to reenact that pain or reimagine it is us, by believing that these people who caused us pain were in the right. They were not in the right. These people were just most likely in pain themselves. So in the first month, I do see it being a little rough, but it's not without purpose. And I'm not saying that you guys deserve the pain or that the pain is valid in some way. It's just that, it's not just this situation. It feels like this has to do with like childhood traumas, childhood pains of your past. And this is a moment to grab all of that and heal it or let it go or just release it in some way so you don't have to carry it anymore. So you will be freed from it. And if you've been asking for freedom, that's exactly what you are receiving through this. Okay, but I'm going to move into the next cards. So this is for the second month, and we have the King of Bows, the Adder, which is the King of Wands. And to clarify, oh goodness, we have the King of Pentacles, number 15, the letter. So we have two kings here. Pretty interesting. The King of Wands does represent someone who is passionate, someone who is action-orientated, who is a go-getter, someone who is extremely confident in themselves, in their ideas, in their beliefs, in what they want or want to create. But when the King of Bows is not in their highest self, they can be a bit arrogant, hot-headed, hot-tempered. They can be a bit conceited. Is that the right word? They can also be a bit stubborn. It's like my way or the highway kind of energy. And then we have the King of Pentacles, who is someone who is committed, loyal, stable, secure, financially secure, or successful in whatever it is that they do. Someone who keeps their promises, and someone who is extremely patient. They are willing to work hard and wait to achieve what they want to achieve or to create what they want to create. So these are two very different energies, and these might be representing people in your life, people that will take important role in the second month, or the relationship with these people will be highlighted in the second month. And I'm kind of getting this cautionary energy from this King of Bows. See the smoke that we have here in the background? That comes out in the Breath of Life card, which is the Ace of Swords. And the Ace of Swords is all about truth, divine truth, your truth. It's about clarity. And so I'm seeing this as divine guidance, possibly your intuition. But then we have this snake here who is kind of entrancing this other snake to come out of this entanglement of snakes. And I'm seeing this snake right here as you, and this other snake as this King of Bows. Like I said, there is this bit of confusion here, inner turmoil in the first month. And someone might come in the second month. And remember how we were talking about advice and guidance and being a bit mindful about that? So someone might come in the second month with some advice. And it's not to say that they have bad intentions, but maybe their advice is not the most suited for you, especially in this circumstance or at this moment. And their voice might be louder than your intuition. Because the universe, spirit, our intuition doesn't scream and yell. I feel that pain and anger and fear are the screamers, are the yellers. So in the second month, be mindful of who you are seeking advice from, of who are you going to help for. It's not to say that everyone you go to is going to give you bad advice. It's just be mindful of the advice that is being given to you. And I know it's difficult to kind of use discernment when we are going through difficult times, when we are in pain, because we desperately seek validation, because we desperately seek the comfort. And so we take whatever is given to us. But just know that Spirit has not abandoned you. They are here and they are providing you with guidance. And there will be moments in which you will just intuitively know, like, I don't feel comfortable in this situation. Or even when you hear something that you want to hear, but it's not the truth, you will know. I assure you that you will know. Because it feels vacant, it feels empty. You think it will make you happy, but it just doesn't sit right with you. So don't get swept away by pretty words. Because they won't fulfill you for the long run. It's just like instant gratification. And that doesn't last long. It's instant. Because with the letters here, I am getting messages. And see what the card says here? The letter is a sign of good tidings. So there is good information coming to you. There is valid and important information coming to you. And we did speak about receiving information through your dreams. As I said, your spirit guides are coming through. They are coming through for you in these months, in these times of pain, in these times of doubts and confusion. Because the King of Bows can be very action-orientated, and the King of Pentacles is, on the contrary, very patient. I do feel like if there comes a point in making a decision, don't be hasty in regards to it. Specifically, if somebody gives you some type of information and you feel that this information is enough to make a decision or a big move, please hold on before making a big decision or a big move, because I feel like newer information will be revealed to you later on throughout the month, and this information might contradict the information you received before, or might hold more truth than the information you received before. And the new information that you do receive will very much change your perception of the situation, or maybe change your decision. So hold on, okay? Don't feel like you need to make hasty decisions during this time, because I'm almost getting this energy of not everything is as it seems. So allow for things to clear up, and they will clear up for you. They will clear up. And I feel like the more you practice on grounding yourself, the more you allow yourself to just feel into your emotions before taking any action, and you will be able to see clearer. You will be able to discern better. So I definitely feel like in the second month, important information will come to you. And I feel like it is information through physical form. So in your waking life, I do feel like you will constantly receive information by spirit, be it through dreams or synchronicities, be it claircognizantly or clairvoyantly. But I do feel like this information here that is crucial will be given to you in physical form. And it might come from a King of Pentacles energy, someone who is reliable, someone who is truthful, someone who doesn't have a hidden agenda. It just feels like someone who is here to relay a message. Like, they might not even know your situation that well, and so they won't have any insight on it. They will come through in an unbiased way or an unbiased viewpoint. And I feel like that will be very helpful. And I feel like this is also representing of like maybe you being a little bit of the King of Bows at the beginning of the month, and then you embody more of this King of Pentacles energy by the end of the month, where you are feeling more patient, when you are seeing things in a more logical, clear-headed way, when you're taking your time to make your decisions. not getting carried away by angers, fears, insecurity, or by emotion. Okay, but now I'm going to look into the last cards for the last month, the third month, I mean, and we have Two of Bows, which is the Two of Wands, decision in reverse. And to clarify, we have the Nine of Swords, number 41, the Rose. Okay? So having the decision card in reverse, getting this energy of indecision, we were talking about not making hasty decisions in the second month, and I feel this energy continues for the third month. Like I said, I do feel like you guys will be receiving a lot of information in the second month. Some might be what you want to hear, but it's not necessarily the truth in a way. And other information will come through and it's not what you want to hear, but might be more aligned with the truth. And so this is meant to bring you clarity, but I feel like instead of giving you clarity, it might cause you a little bit more stress and anguish because, like I said, it's something that you want to hear and something that you don't want to hear. And so I do see this overthinking energy with the Nine of Swords, maybe losing sleep in regards to this. It's like I said, I feel like you guys already know what's the truth. You guys already know what step to take next, what is for your highest good, but something keeps holding you back. Like something keeps making you doubt. And so that causes overthinking. It makes you feel like you don't have enough clarity, like you don't have a say in the matter, or you don't have a choice, or it just feels like you don't have enough information yet. But I feel like you have been given the information needed to make a decision. It's just about you accepting what is coming through. So I feel a little bit turmoil in terms to that in the third month. And it might take a while, but I do see you guys deciding. Maybe not necessarily by the end of the third month, but maybe by the beginnings of the fourth month, because we do have 4 here and we have 1. 1 for me denotes new beginnings, and 4 represents stability, security, protection. It's also an energy of healing. So I do see you guys making a decision at some point. Maybe not throughout this time frame, but you will be making a decision. And of course, I'm not here to tell you what decisions to make because you have free will. It's up to you. But I am seeing you guys choosing something that will bring you stability, something that will give you freedom. And I do feel this energy of closure, of making amends with the situation, because it's like the rose. This card actually came out for group 3, I believe. The rose has thorns, and if we are not mindful of the rose, we can just pick at it, pull it, and get hurt by the thorns. And we can get pretty pissed at the rose for hurting us with its thorns. But like the rose was just being the rose. It wasn't hiding its thorns, you know? It didn't just sprout them out of nowhere. They were always there. It was us who didn't notice them, right? Who weren't paying attention. And so it's sort of like, how can you be mad at the rose for that? Is this a bad example? But it's kind of making amends with the fact that the rose is the rose with its thorns at all. And we can't really change that. There's nothing to do about that. It's just the next time we see a rose, it's being mindful of those thorns, you know? And so it's kind of making amends with the reality of the situation. Possibly there's nothing you could have done because it wasn't in your hands to change anything or do anything. Like I said, this wasn't your fault, isn't your fault, has nothing to do with you. Maybe the only thing was that we weren't looking at the red flags, or we weren't looking at the warning signs that the universe was throwing at us, or that we were intuitively feeling. And that might be something that you will have to kind of own up to or take responsibility for. And that might be difficult. That might be hard. Admitting to that. But I feel that's something that you guys will work through and come to acknowledge by the third month. And with this rose here, it is reminding me, giving me off Empress energy. And I feel like this is also denoting like every rose has its thorns, and some might perceive those thorns as flaws, but it's not. It's part of the rose. We see it as flaws because we want to see it as flaws. And like I'm seeing those thorns as your wounds, your past experiences, your pains. And because you have those, doesn't make you any less beautiful, doesn't make you any less valid. Because you have insecurities, because you have fears, because you have past traumas, that doesn't take away from you. You are still the rose, you are still the Empress. For some of you, if you do happen to have physical scars, be it because you received an operation or you had to go through some intense treatment, I know some of those scars can like trigger like trauma or like physical trauma or trigger those moments of pain or fear. But please don't feel the need or that you need to hide those scars. I myself have scars, which are not very easy to hide. So as someone who has gone through something like that, I just don't want you to feel any shame over it or feel like it's something ugly or makes your body ugly in some way, because it doesn't, okay? You are beautiful. And if anyone ever made you feel otherwise, that's on them. That's their loss. They weren't seeing clearly at all. It was their anger, it was their pain speaking. And that can definitely cloud our vision. You are beautiful. Okay, so now I'm going to pull out some messages from the note jar to see what our spirit has to say to you guys. Okay. Take these ones. It is you, always you. I don't know, I feel like this one reminds me a lot about the message we received at the beginning. Remember yourself. We have showtime. Yeah. It's time for you guys to come out as the Empress once more. It's time for you to shine again. And it's not like you ever stop shining. It's just believe that you shine. It's time for you to believe that you shine. Let's meet in the dream. No kidding, Spirit. Okay, yeah, so Spirit is just letting you know here, let's meet in the dream. If any of these messages have a specific meaning to you, if you interpret it differently, please take your interpretation over mine, okay? You know your stuff, you guys. And then we have reconsider. Okay, so that is all the messages I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it brought some guidance, some clarity. If it did, then please leave a like or a comment. And if you want to stick around for more readings with me, Kim, then please do subscribe. I do offer personal readings. All the information is in my website, and the link to my website can be found in the description box down below. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and until next moment, bye bye.